The heat is on as NASCAR takes its playoff series to the Kansas Speedway for the Hollywood Casino 400 Sunday. You will see it right here on 11 Alive. The field gets slimmed down from 12 to 8. And on the bubble is the fan favorite, and our favorite around here, Chase Elliott from Dawsonville, and of course grew up in Atlanta Metro. Chase, good to have you with us today. This is the excitement that NASCAR wanted when it made the playoff. Is it as exciting for you to be in this situation as it is for so many people to be watching you?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, we're in a bit of a tough spot, so definitely a interesting situation for us. You know, I don't know that it's exciting to be where we are, but definitely in a position where we have to do good this weekend, and that's our that's the reality of where we are.
When you get into must-win races, how aggressive will you be? Is it different than how you race during the normal schedule?
No, I don't. Excuse me, sorry. I don't think so. You know, I think that, you know, where we are right now, we're just backed up into a bit of a corner. I don't necessarily know that we have to, you know, do things that are out of reach. I mean, I think we have to still focus on the things that we can do, and a lot of times I think when you push too hard, you can sometimes get yourself in more trouble doing that than you would if you just focused on the things that you need to be focusing on. So we just have to go and have the mindset of, you know, having to win. Obviously, we have to go and try to grab a win this weekend to move on. I don't think that it's feasible for us to points our way through this round. So we just we know that going in. We know that a fast car makes everything else come a lot easier. So hopefully we have that first and foremost, and we can just execute a solid weekend and try to be in contention at the end.
So you won at Kansas last year. What do you like about that track? How does that track gear up for you in terms of you like it?
Yeah, I like, you know, Kansas has been a fun place. I mean, I think it's a pretty fun track to drive. You know, the groove moves around a lot from the top to the bottom. It seems like the top has become the preferred lane over time there. I think that'll probably be the case again there this weekend. So just the way the track is, you know, I guess it's a mile and a half. It kind of feels like a small mile and a half, though. It just seems like a good size racetrack, and the way the track grip is, it seems like it suits our rules package that we've had this season. So hopefully that's the case again. I'm not sure how cool the weather's supposed to be this weekend, but I'd say the cooler it is, the better it'll be for what NASCAR wants as far as the rules and how they want us to race. But nonetheless, hopefully it suits us and we're able to, you know, have a fast car and just try to put ourselves in a good spot to move on. So yeah. I look forward to the challenge. It's going to be tough. Know that going in, but I'm looking forward to it. Excited.
You had a wild ride 2 weeks ago. You crashed into the wall. You come back to win. That's going to be one that you remember for a while. Anytime you come back from that kind of adversity, makes it even more special.
Oh, for sure, definitely. I mean, I don't know. I've never had anything like that happen quite to that extent in my career. So it was you know, not how I had hoped the day was gonna go when it started, but definitely made it. I guess made for a cool story looking back on it. But you know, nonetheless, it was an interesting day, and had a fast enough car, and got lucky enough it didn't tear it up too bad to be able to come back and have a shot to win. So I always
think that's a correlation a little bit to in Major League Baseball, where you get hit by a pitch and you got to get back up and you got to try and face that at bat next time. It's something that you just have to deal with, and it really, don't you think it separates some of the great racers from those who have not been as great?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it definitely was interesting. I've never been hit by a pitch, but I would assume it doesn't feel good. So, yeah, luckily the way the barrier was there at Charlotte in that particular turn, just, you know, was soft enough where it didn't hurt our car, which was, you know, really surprising. Typically that would pretty much do you in for the day. So, yeah, just a lot of good fortune for it to turn around like that.
So listen, we hate to put a lot of pressure on you, but you know what? For those of us who have been watching Atlanta sports seemingly for most of our lives, last week was historically bad between the Braves and UGA and the Falcons. So we're all leaning on you this time.
Yeah, it was. I was right there with you. Trust me. So hopefully this week goes better for all of us, myself included.
I always enjoy seeing on Twitter, Chipper Jones is always very supportive of you and always trying to pump you up a little bit. That's got to be meaningful to you as an Atlanta guy.
For sure, you know, he's definitely a hero of mine, and you know, one of my favorite baseball players, probably my favorite baseball player ever. And you know, a lot of respect for him. Was just glad I was able to, you know, watch some of his final years in baseball, and pretty, you know, really cool to have that support from him, and nice to see he follows along with the NASCAR world, and it's pretty neat to see that he genuinely wants to keep up with it, and it's yeah, definitely encouraging when you see that.